What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again with another Manchester City live watch-along, where today we're going to be doing the live watch-along of Manchester City's home game against Liverpool in the FA Cup quarter-final. A match at Wembley on the line here for Manchester City and Liverpool. City already had success at Wembley. We cast our minds back just a couple of weeks ago. Manchester City managed to beat Arsenal by 2-0 at Wembley Stadium to pick up their first trophy of the season, winning the League Cup, and Manchester City now back in action with the other domestic cup, the most prestigious, most historic domestic cup competition in the world. It's FA Cup time, with Manchester City taking on Liverpool to try and reach the semi-finals, and a spot at Wembley on the line, where I'm expecting more than likely Chelsea and Arsenal later on today are going to go through, and then it's a battle between West Ham and Leeds as to the final team that will be heading to Wembley for the semi-final spots, with that West Ham Leeds game taking place tomorrow. So straight in after the international break, straight back in with cup action in Manchester City. In terms of progress and success, got another chance here to showcase that they're heading in the right direction. Of course, City reached the final of the FA Cup just last season. We lost against Crystal Palace at Wembley, and we're looking to go one further to try and win the FA Cup this season. And of course, Manchester City looking to try, already picked up their first major piece of silverware of the season, winning the League Cup, and now looking to try and build on that and see if we can win the second domestic cup honour. And still just about in the Premier League title race. There's still a lot of success available for Man City, so it'll be interesting to see about just what position Manchester City want to put themselves in and how motivated they are heading into this game. Of course, we've got a chance here to make a statement ahead of a big Premier League game away against Chelsea next weekend, and of course Arsenal at home to come in the Premier League the weekend after. So with Man City heading out of the Champions League, fixtures aren't coming at us thick and fast. We're not playing every 3 to 4 days. It's going to be a careful team selection, and it's going to be a lot of rest and recovery for Manchester City, which, if we can get the run of form and we can get the results that we're looking for, could end up being in Manchester City's favour come the end of the season. And I'm asking myself, what does success look like? Well, it means winning big trophies. Already done that with the League Cup, and it would be brilliant to be able to add the FA Cup to our trophy cabinet as well this season, and try and push Arsenal, of course, all the way in the Premier League as well. So no small matter of playing the current Premier League champions Liverpool, not having their best of seasons under Arne Slot, but still got a lot of quality. Man City may have beaten Liverpool twice this season, beaten them at the Etihad Stadium back in November by 3-0, and also beaten Liverpool back in February at Anfield 2-1 in the Premier League. Liverpool will feel like they've got a real point to prove. Of course, they're still trying to compete in the Champions League and the FA Cup, so they're going to be taking this game seriously, and you can see by the team selection taking it very seriously, but so are Manchester City gone with a very strong team as well. So it should be a really interesting game. I'm wondering about what the impact the international break has had on both sides in terms of rest and recovery for the players, and how long it's going to take the players to be able to embed themselves into the game and be able to get back into the rhythm of things. And for Manchester City, in an ideal world, we'd be playing every 3 to 4 days, because that keeps the rhythm, it keeps the motivation, and it keeps you going pretty much. And when you're not playing a game for another 8 days, if you're looking a bit rusty in this game, you might look a bit rusty playing in 8 days' time. So what you're relying on when you're in that situation of playing once a week is a run of form. And we won our last game against Arsenal. Want to try and win this game as well, because that would be brilliant preparation ahead of Chelsea away next weekend. So our next 3 fixtures: Liverpool today, Chelsea next Sunday, Arsenal the Sunday after, potentially a Wembley spot the weekend after that in the FA Cup semi-final if things go well. Not going to be easy here with Manchester City's fixtures that we've got, but business end of the season, that is where success is. So before we have a look at the teams and we speak about all of the talking points in the build-up to today's game between Manchester City and Liverpool, don't forget, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. We are aiming for for 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Already made a good start towards trying to achieve that goal. Already more than a quarter of the way there. Now 72 likes away. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. And also don't forget as well to get your thoughts in the live chat, including where you're tuning in from today and what your score predictions are. Also got the poll in the chat as well about who do you think is going through between Manchester City and Liverpool. Do let me know in the chat. At the minute, got 21 votes in, everyone being feeling pretty positive, going with Man City going through ahead of Liverpool. So, warm welcome to the chat. Geffin, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Says, come on City, needed a big performance today if we want to win the league. I presume, Geffin, because we're playing in the FA Cup there, hinting towards just a run of form for Manchester City. It's important to try and pick up a win, so we're not dwelling on this result for the next 8 days, and it's not very good preparation ahead of our away game against Chelsea, which of course is our next Premier League game. So Manchester City just got to try and do anything that they can today to try and go through in this game. There is no replays, so if this match finishes level after 90 minutes, it will go to extra time, and if we're still level at extra time, we will go to penalties to decide who goes through today in this match. Odin, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Do hope you are well. Mick, welcome. Says, I'm a neutral in this. He's cheering on Leeds United. Says it's going to be a good game. Tough to call. It's who wants it more on a bad day. Both have folded like... that's very true. A contortionist. It's very true. It is very true. He's going with a 3-1 Manchester City win. I hope you're right. I hope it is a 3-1 Manchester City win. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm confident that if we can play to the level that we played at 2 weeks ago against Arsenal, I think that will be enough to beat Liverpool, who haven't looked amazing so far this season. They've looked inconsistent. They've looked at times lacking in confidence, not being all that clinical. I mean, I look towards the game that we played against them at Anfield. Normally Liverpool take the lead late on. They build on it. They end up scoring 2 or 3 and Man City just crumble. Liverpool allowed us back into the game, and Manchester City, since we went behind, dominated that game. It's not normally something that happens against Liverpool at Anfield, and Liverpool's form this season at Anfield has been unusually quite poor, but this game's not at Anfield, it's at the Etihad Stadium, and I'd say in terms of pressure, there's probably more pressure here on Manchester City because we're the home team. I'd expect us to go through. We don't go through today, I'll be very disappointed. Liverpool, I think they'll be disappointed to go out today as well, but they'll say it's Man City away. Maybe they'll feel like they've got bigger fish to fry in terms of the Champions League. We've got 2 legs in the quarterfinals coming up against PSG. Arne Slot from the team selection doesn't really seem to be thinking about that. He's just wanting here Liverpool to be able to try and put in a high-quality performance to make things happen. We'll have to wait and see. Naganfun, thanks for tuning in. Do hope you are well. It would be great, Odin, for Man City to win the FA Cup once more. Last few years, yeah, I mean, look to last season, isn't it? Crystal Palace losing in the final. Who would have foresaw that coming? And, Manchester City had a big wake-up call, and you've got to wait a full season to be able to put that right. At the moment, we're in a real strong position. I think I was reading before that in terms of the FA Cup, Man City haven't lost a game home or away in the FA Cup, I think, since 2018. It's 2026 now. That's 8 years. Every time Man City have gone out in the FA Cup, it normally comes in the semi-final at Wembley. There's been the odd occasion here and there where we've lost FA Cup finals, including against Crystal Palace last season. We've lost against Manchester United in an FA Cup final as well the season before. So we're looking to go one step further, and we've still got some high-quality teams still left in the competition. As I said, I expect Chelsea and Arsenal to go through. Chelsea's got Port Vale at home of League One, who aren't doing very well in League One, I'll add. And also Arsenal's got Southampton, who haven't had the best of championship seasons away from home. I'd expect Chelsea and Arsenal to be too strong. West Ham Leeds, though, that's a very close game. Can't really call that one. But all these teams know that once you get to Wembley, it's anybody's game. It's who turns up for them 90 minutes on a pitch that is neutral. There's going to be 33,000 of one team and 33,000 of the other. So, it's mental. Absolutely mental. So, Manchester City just... we're the home team. We've got to make it count today as far as I'm concerned. Jessica, welcome. Do hope you are well. Not completely happy with the lineup. Would like to see Nico Gonzalez starting. So he said he's not a bench warmer. He does deserve better. You are right. He's a fantastic high quality player, and in the absence of Rodri has done a tremendous job. He's done nothing wrong. This is the problem that we have now in going out of the Champions League. We're playing once a week. Rodri is starting to return somewhat to his best form, and comments that have been made during the international break by Rodri, they haven't gone down very well. Pep Guardiola seems to be hinting at Rodri wants to stay. Well, sign the contract. If Rodri wants to stay at Manchester City, sign the contract, because if he doesn't, and he doesn't see his long-term future here, and he doesn't want to sign a new contract, then really you want to start embedding Nico Gonzalez into the team, because Nico Gonzalez is going to be one of them players that's going to be here to stay. And just like I've spoken many times about the situations with James Trafford and Gianluigi Donnarumma, two high-quality players in the same position, only one of them can start, it means you're going to end up with an unhappy player who doesn't start, who's probably going to leave in the summer. Same with Rodri. If Rodri ends up wanting to leave and go back to Spain, it happens. Nico G has his route into the Man City squad, and you fancy that City want that decision sooner rather than later, so Nico G can end the season with Man City, and we've got our natural Rodri successor. But if Rodri signs a new contract, Nico G's not going to want to play back up to Rodri for another 2-3 seasons, and he'll probably leave in the summer, which I think could be a great shame, because we spent a lot of money and a lot of time in making sure that we've got these long-term replacements. Our long-term Edison replacement, James Trafford, could be leaving because he just can't force his way into the team. Nico G, our long-term Rodri replacement, might not be able to displace Rodri and ends up leaving. So it's just mental, absolutely mental, and I definitely get where Jessica's coming from with that one. Chad, welcome. Do hope you're well, tuning in from North America, hoping to get the win today. Get those likes up as well, that would be much appreciated. Welcome, Chad, thank you for tuning in. We're now 66 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that, guys, will be much appreciated. And a big shout out to North America. Early start there. It's been a pretty early start here. It's 12:31 p.m. It's just turned afternoon. Not a big fan of these early kickoffs, and it's even harder for those who sit west of Europe as well. So looking at those in the Caribbean, in North America and South America and Central America and etc. is a difficult time. It's one of those that's more ideally suited to those. The more east you are, the later it is, the more you're going to enjoy these early kickoffs in the UK. But here we are. Welcome, Chuck, as well. Do hope you are well. Mixed, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Do hope you're well as well. Hoping to moderate today's chat. Remember, no spoiling it for others and keeping things clean. It's the only rules that we've got here on the JSGC live streams. And Geffen, it's very true. Liverpool did lose their last game. That was against Brighton. That was away from home as well. City have got to turn up. Might be quite a close game. I'm hoping City could put Liverpool to the sword, but it's easier said than done. Dan Van, welcome. Do hope you are well. Good day to you. Seamus, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Says, what did I think of the Man City players during last week's international window, i.e. how Donnarumma performed, Phil Foden performed, and others? That's a very good talking point. I thought Donnarumma, couple of pretty good games for Italy, if I'm being completely honest with you. Unlucky in the penalty shootout. It's the risk that Italy take in not going to the World Cup when you take it to the playoffs. You're going to be playing against competitive, motivated teams. It's not easy when you get into the playoff situation in being able to secure your qualification, in particular in away games. And Italy have ended up not going to the World Cup, which is mind-blowing to think about, considering the expansion of the competition and the influence that Italians have in North America as well. It's a huge commercial blow to the World Cup with Italy not going there. But Italy aren't going to the World Cup isn't Gianluigi Donnarumma's fault. He's done everything that he can to try and help Italy to secure qualification to the World Cup. It's not his fault that another player got sent off. It's not his fault that players decided to miss penalties. Bosnia did miss a penalty, so as far as he's concerned, it's job done. Italy weren't perfect from the spot. Bosnia were more perfect, and that's why they are going to the World Cup. And I'm actually very happy with former Man City striker Edin Dzeko gets to go to the World Cup. So wishing him the very best of luck at the World Cup. In terms of Phil Foden and England's performance, lacklustre. Weren't it lacklustre? I've not been impressed with England under Thomas Tuchel. Now, I always regard England's performances. They get judged at major competitions. So Thomas Tuchel's going to get judged at the World Cup. Now, we've got used to, with the players that England have got available to them, 2018 World Cup, semi-final, 2020 European Championship, which took place in 2021, the final, 2022 Winter World Cup, we got to the quarter-final, 2024 European Championship, we got to a final. 2026 here, we're looking for getting to the latter parts of the competition again. I'd like us to make some progress on what we did in the last World Cup, and that is for England to get to a semi-final and beyond. I've never witnessed England in a World Cup final before. It'd be brilliant. But from what I've seen of England and Thomas Tuchel, not being that impressive, and I can sense England going out earlier than what maybe people are thinking, a last 32 or a last 16. I don't think they'll go out in the group stage, because I just think that there's 16 teams out of the 48 that are going to exit out of the competition. I don't think England are one of the worst 16 teams, and with the group that England's got, I can see England picking up at least 3 points, which is probably what's going to be enough to get to the last 32. I'd expect England to pick up 4, 5, even 6 points or more. I'd want England to try and top the group and show their credentials in taking them serious to try and win the World Cup. And that, truthfully, is where Thomas Tuchel is going to get judged. And that, ultimately, with the English Man City players that we've got, where they're going to get judged when they pull on the famous Free Lion shirts as well, including Nico O'Reilly, Marc Guehi, who I'm expecting to go to the World Cup. The big question is, Phil Foden trains very well, according to Thomas Tuchel, just doesn't deliver on the pitch. Well, he needs game time. He needs to find a run of form. And Phil Foden will get more minutes and more starts for Man City between now and the end of the season. When that opportunity comes, there is definitely a World Cup spot on the line, because Phil Foden's in danger of not going to the World Cup. So Man City's gained that, because there's a short turnaround between the World Cup ending and the new 2026-2027 season starting. And ideally, we'd want as many of our first team players either not going to the World Cup or exiting out the competition early, so we've got these players available ready for the start of the new Premier League season. So I'm not going to sit here and be really disappointed from Man City's point of view if Phil Foden doesn't go to the World Cup, because Phil Foden is a high-quality player. However, from the player's own perspective, it's devastating. It can have a huge psychological advantage on the player. So Phil Foden, when he gets his opportunity for Man City, and it will come between now and the end of the season, he's got to grab it with both hands. And it's not just for Phil Foden. There's lots of players for lots of different countries. We're in World Cup season now. Players need to impress. Their spot in the squads are on the line. Players can't afford to pick up injuries. Players can't afford to not have the minutes, yet you've got to find the balance. So, for me, this is where things get unusual, but also quite exciting as well. So, we'll see. Fantastic question, that, Seamus. Thank you for asking it. Jessica, I'd like to see Nico G play alongside Rodri. It's not something we've really seen, and maybe that's the Bernardo Silva effect. Bernardo Silva getting a heck of a lot of money. So, here we are. Chuck says, North American supporters, where are you buying the Man City kits from? Used to get them from the City store. They had one in New York City, which says imported fees now are absolutely crazy. So any North American followers able to help out Chuck there, that'd be much appreciated. Dan Man says it's probably going to be the best City pool match this season. We'll see. I enjoyed the one back in November where we completely dominated them and beat them 3-0. There'll be a lot of neutrals watching this today, and they'll have marked this Man City-Liverpool game as being probably the most entertaining game of the weekend. So we'll see what does happen. Jessica's responded to you, Chuck, there. It's a good question. I haven't bought anything since tariffs went into effect, and unfortunately the best prices come from Man City's site. So there you go. It's all down to the tariffs. It's useful information. Jessica says, didn't watch the England game. Someone said that we should give Foden some slack as Tuchel played him out of his normal position. Gareth Southgate also liked doing that with Phil Foden. It's not easy. It isn't easy. Phil Foden's most natural position is playing behind the striker. England have got 2 or 3 really good options playing behind striker, who I imagine is probably going to be Harry Kane at the World Cup. You know, he's competing with Jude Bellingham, playing with Real Madrid. He's competing, obviously, Phil Foden with himself and having to find that run of form. Morgan Gibbs-White's played behind the striker. Nico O'Reilly can play behind the striker. There's lots of options there for England to go with players playing behind the striker. Morgan Rogers being another. They have a habit of playing out wide, and if you look at England's weak spot in attack, that left-hand side, it looks like it's going to be Marcus Rashford, and I don't rate Marcus Rashford that much, so if Phil Foden can knuckle down and nail another position, that left-hand side on the wing could be something that could work really well. Nagathon says, feels confident with today's lineup, think it's going to suit Haaland's style, and that'd be good to suit Erling Haaland's style as well. We'll speak about the teams in just one moment. Seamus reckons we'll see a different England at the World Cup. I'm hoping so. He's got a very good track record in knockout competitions, and obviously being a German manager, normally very good at that, so we'll see. T Matthews, thank you for tuning in. Says, good luck City, can't stand Liverpool, so cheering on Manchester City today. Fair enough. Briank, thanks for tuning in. John Stones does get injured every season. His aim now will just be to try and stay injury-free between now and the end of the season. Probably not even looking to get that many minutes because he knows that England haven't got that many quality centre-backs, so he'll know he'll be off to the World Cup, and he's got a good track record with England. Same with Harry Maguire as well. You know, they're two players that have been there, done that, worn the T-shirt. They've already cemented their spot as long as they're not picking up injuries. It doesn't really matter if they're getting that many minutes or starts. I don't think that is the matter. I think it's more when you've played for England and not performed all that well, which is the problem Phil Foden's having, is it gets used out of position, doesn't look that impressive and looks a bit out of his depth and goes a bit shy and doesn't really showcase his quality. But I could argue there's a few players. Bukayo Saka looks brilliant for Arsenal sometimes. I've never really seen him light it up with England all that much. And I've never watched England and gone, oh yeah, Bukayo Saka looks like the best player on the pitch. He's not normally one of them players to stand out. I had the same with Jude Bellingham. Other than the overhead kick at the European Championships, everything was running through Jude Bellingham, and I just weren't that impressed with him. Yeah, there's other players that just, John Stones, Harry Maguire, Harry Kane, they put the England shirt on, and all of a sudden you know full well you're going to get the best out of these players. So it is what it is. Chad says, Dick's Sporting Goods has the kits for shipping, unless you want a custom kit. So there you go, Chad. There's a recommendation there. Nagathon, we have had the rumours about Rodri going to Real Madrid. It could be a hint towards a new contract to try and speed Man City up. And if that is the case, it does seem to have done the trick, because even Pep Guardiola has been speaking about it. So here we are. Seamus, he is a hard worker. He's a useful player. He's a player you want to go to the World Cup with, because if things aren't working for England, he's the kind of player that can change it up and, turn a loss into a draw or a draw into a win. He's a game changer. It's just he needs minutes and starts for Man City, and he needs to get his confidence. Phil Foden got off to a good start with Man City, and he needs to end this campaign really well. At the minute, struggling to get in the Man City team because there's other players that are performing better than what he is. So that's a situation that we're looking at. Kevin, welcome, says, hey Jay, how are you doing? Firstly, I'm very well, my friend. How are you? Says, we've had some individual quality displayed for England in the friendlies, but we can't play together. We can't. It's back to, all the fantastic talents we had back in 2004 and 2006. Wonderful players. Lampard, Scholes, Gerrard. What a midfield. Three of the players couldn't play with each other, though, and it never clicked. It never worked. We always rely on that little bit of individual quality. And this has been going on for as long as I've been watching England, since the World Cup back in 2002. And nothing really for me has changed much in them 24 years. It's England, never play all-inspiring football. They never seem to impress. They get the job done. They rely on a good favour, a good side of the draw. And when they go up against quality teams, when the quality players turn it on, England struggle. And that's the situation that, we're facing again heading into this World Cup. England are a lot better than other teams, but there's other teams out there, the high-quality teams, your likes your Argentinas, your Brazils, your Spains, who are capable and would beat England in a one-on-one battle. I have no doubt about it. Doesn't mean England can't get to a quarter-final or a semi-final spot. They can. It's just, I look towards the group stage. It's your games against Croatia, your games against Ghana. They're the games that matter. And these are the games that we've seen in these friendlies in the last couple of weeks, against Uruguay, against Japan, that England haven't managed to turn into wins. So, yeah, not the best. Thank you very much, Julia, for leaving your vote. It is much appreciated. Dave says, tuning in from Warrington, 3 p.m. kickoff. They said, better not go to extra time. That's fair. That is fair enough from that point of view. It's fair enough. Andrew, welcome, going with a 4-2 Manchester City win. 98% of you guys then have voted for Man City to win. We'll end the poll upon kickoff. So, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Do subscribe. Don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Get your score predictions in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and whilst we've still got the poll, get your poll in as well. So having a very quick look at the teams, 4-2-3-1 formation. Liverpool going with Marmadashvili in goal, Gomez on the right, Kerkers on the left, Konate and Van Dijk as their centre-backs. Midfield three made up of Curtis Jones, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai. Looks like Salah's given the nod on the right, Florian Wirtz on the left and Ekiteke starting as their striker. Led by manager Arne Slot. On the bench they've got Mac Allister, surprised he's not starting. Chiesa, Gakpo, surprised he's not starting. Robertson, Woodman, Frimpong, Nyoni, Morrison and Nugamohoa. For Manchester City, not led by manager Pep Guardiola. In the stands today, serving the second of his 2-game suspension. So it's former Liverpool assistant manager under Jurgen Klopp, Pep Linders, who is taking charge of today's game. Looking like a 4-1-3-2 formation. James Trafford starts in goal for Manchester City. Matheus Nunes on the right, Nico O'Reilly on the left. Khusanov and Guehi as the two centre-backs. The only change from the win that Man City had over Arsenal in the League Cup final a couple of weeks ago. It was Nathan Ake given the nod that day for Manchester City, but it's Marc Guehi returning back to the starting 11. Marc Guehi ineligible for the League Cup final. That's why he didn't start that game. Rodri then goes into defensive midfield. You've got Bernardo Silva, Rayan Cherki, I presume, maybe going on the right, and Jeremy Doku on the left. And I think it's going to be Semenyo and Erling Haaland as the two strikers for Manchester City. On the bench for City, you've got Tijjani Reijnders, Nathan Ake, Omar Marmoush, Mateo Kovacic, Nico Gonzalez, Rayan Ait-Nouri, Gianluigi Donnarumma, Semenyo and Phil Foden. A very strong bench there from Manchester City. So we'll end the poll. 93% of you guys thinking Man City are going through today, 7% with Liverpool. Andrew going 4-2 then for Manchester City. I saw Alex Ferguson making his way actually onto into the Etihad. I'm doing a hate watch, isn't he? You know, it's Man City and Liverpool, two clubs that he just despises. I don't know why he's been welcomed in. I don't know what's going on there. If someone can enlighten me, that would be much appreciated. Kirin, thank you for tuning in. Tuning in from Thailand. T. Matthews, thank you for tuning in. I think it's just because O'Reilly's done really well in particular, as Doku has the first shot dragged wide there by Manchester City just over a minute in. Lively start this for Manchester City, by the way. But yeah, I think it's just down to the fact that Nico O'Reilly's done really well. He returned back to the City, starting 11, playing in defence rather than in midfield, which I personally always feel like O'Reilly looks better in midfield than defence. I wasn't overly pleased to see O'Reilly in defence at Wembley, but he put in, for me, one of the man-of-the-match performances. So because of that, you're going to, in the next game, go with that, which ultimately does mean Ait-Nouri misses out. But that's just the situation that we're dealing with. Nagathon, I don't think you might be too far away with that option, to be honest, of Anthony Gordon. Andrew tuning in from Trinidad and Tobago. Bruno tuning in from Croatia. Much appreciated. Reckons we're going to beat England? I won't rule that out. I really won't rule that out. Got a big race for fitness, haven't you, with Josko Gvardiol? A big race to fitness. Ruben Dias injured for Man City today, along with John Stones. Pep Linders is on the AirPod. Jean, got to be, hasn't he? He's got to be. All things football, welcome. Chance here for Liverpool. Ekiteke could have opened up for him. Chooses not to have the shot. Just on the outside of the Man City penalty area to get the bodies back, though. Megaphone going with a 3-1 Man City win. I'm going 3-0 today. Feeling confident. Fancying Doku to do something. Doku scoring. Maybe Haaland scoring. Could be a chance here for Liverpool. Ekiteke. Space opens up. Shot comes in. Early block there from Abdukodir Khusanov. Fizzles it out and James Trafford will get that under control. Sorted. Francis reckon Liverpool going to be winning today. It's fair enough. It's fair enough. Yeah, Pep Guardiola in the box. I think it was his daughter that was with him there in the box on the camera angle then. He'll be on the phone whenever he needs to speak to Pep Linders as he's noticing things as Liverpool put in early pressure onto Manchester City. Just seen referee Michael Oliver for today's game. Jean going with a 2-0 Man City win. Get the job done, nothing over the top. Fair enough. I do genuinely feel confident. 3-0. I reckon Doku makes something happen. So going with him to score. I'm hoping Haaland will return to his scoring ways. So I'm going with Haaland maybe to bag a goal. And Nico O'Reilly just always seems to pop up in the right place at the right time. He's in wonderful goal-scoring form. So going with him as we're now just 3 likes short of 50. So any help towards that would be great. Don't forget to subscribe. So early free kick here then for Liverpool. Dominic Szoboszlai scored a wonderful free kick for Liverpool at Anfield, stood over this. Crossing position rather than shooting range. Clips one in towards the penalty spot. Header flicked up and Van Dijk can't reach on to the end of that. I think it was Konate winning the initial header. James Trafford gets it under control and City will just look to get play back underway with a ball sent down the line by O'Reilly. Can't find Jeremy Doku. City just struggling to get hold of the football at the minute. Being put under pressure, looking a bit rushed. Liverpool settled themselves in probably a bit better than what Man City have so far. You'll notice on your picture that there's no Liverpool fans in South Stand Tier 1 today. You get given a bigger allocation in the FA Cup. I think they've been given about 7,000 tickets. So Liverpool fans are currently occupying a lot of the South Stand in the 2nd and 3rd tier rather than in the normal spot, as that'll be a throw-in for Manchester City. Everything running through Jeremy Doku at the minute whenever City want to come forward. Liverpool found ways to get Ekiteke into good positions, trying to involve Florian Wirtz. Dominic Szoboszlai obviously always involved. Not seen too much of Mohamed Salah at the minute. First game he's started for Liverpool since he's announced that he's leaving at the end of the season. So he'll want to finish with a flourish. He'll want to try and win another trophy or two with Liverpool before he leaves. FA Cup's a good chance for them to target towards. Obviously a very difficult game here at the Etihad against City. Here's Antoine Semenyo driving in towards the penalty area. City just couldn't get a foot onto that. Liverpool get the bodies back and Liverpool will get it cleared. Being rushed though, and Matheus Nunes wins his header, which means Rayan Cherki can have a bit of space here into the penalty area. Looks to drive the ball across and gets a deflection off Kerkez, and Man City will have the first corner of the game. Jean, I don't think Pep Guardiola has made a decision. He says he wants to make a decision at the end of the season, which I think is going to be based on is he going to win a Premier League or not, as to what he's going to do. I think my gut feeling, it's been a gut feeling that I've had for the last couple of weeks. Beforehand, maybe over the last 3-4 months, I always felt like Pep might be leaving, but at the minute, I'm not so sure. I think Pep making the decision at the end of the season, if we don't end up winning the Premier League, I think Pep stays. I think a lot depends on that. Winning the Premier League is a perfect way for, Pep to say goodbye to Manchester City, as a floated ball is way too close there to the goalkeeper, and he'll just collect that one, and Liverpool will get the play back underway. Well, Matheus Nunes has been fantastic this season. He's come one of the most important players. I actually think Man City don't look like the same team when he's not in the team, which is crazy to think about, considering how much criticism he got when he was first brought in. I think back to the derby last season at home. Nunes to blame for, making errors, making mistakes. Mistakes this season from him has been few and far between. Here's Gravenberch. Gets to Ekiteke, he puts a ball back across. Nodded down, Florian Wirtz gets the ball under control, but Rodri will just steal the ball away from him, and Jeremy Doku's going to look to try and dribble forward here. He's going to run into traffic, the Joe Gomez traffic, and Liverpool will get the ball back again with that high press. Jones then works the ball to Konate. Here's Van Dijk, gives the ball to Gravenberch. Here's Szoboszlai now to Jones. Finds Salah, back to Jones, drives forward. Got a bit of space to work with. Gets it to the right. Gomez goes with a low ball across. Guehi gets his foot to it. Rebound shot comes in. Blocked initially by City. City can't clear the line, so there's going to be another wave of an attack coming in here from Liverpool. It is Gomez now, in the absence of Conor Bradley. Not gone with Jeremy Frimpong, which I think is a surprise. Geffen, I can see Rico Lewis leaving. He's fit. He's not even in the matchday squad today, which means, he's not one of Man City's strongest 18 players that they've got, which means he's struggling not just to get minutes and starts, he's struggling to even get in the squad struggling to get on the bench, which everything seems for me to be pointing towards he's going to leave. Putting Rico Lewis, someone said it's a mistake putting him on a new contract, but putting him on a new contract puts Man City in a very strong position that when it comes to a sale, we've got a lot of leverage on that sale. If we want to compromise on the transfer fee, it means we get very good bonuses included, good sell-on fees, a potential buyback clause included, or we potentially could get a really good fee for Rico Lewis instead. 30 million was the price City turned down from Nottingham Forest last year, so I imagine they'll be looking at maybe more than £30 million this summer. Any team's going to want to pay it? That's the big question. There's a lot of money knocking around in the Premier League, and I'd be surprised if there weren't a Premier League or two, Premier League clubs, one or two of them that wouldn't be all over Rico Lewis and thinking, you know what, he might be worth taking that risk, but we'll see. I actually think with how technically gifted Rico Lewis is, it'd be much better in a less physical league. And City could may, just speculating, want to keep Rico Lewis in the City football group. And I won't be completely against, a £35 million deal, send him to Girona on a permanent contract. Get a buyback clause included on it or something. Just because he's a homegrown Man City English player doesn't mean he can't be a success abroad. Look how well Harry Kane's doing with Bayern Munich. How well Jude Bellingham's done with Real Madrid so far. Trent Alexander-Arnold's taken the punt of going to La Liga. It'll be more and more common for English players to leave. Through the first 10 minutes then. I wouldn't rule that out, Seamus. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping we can get the job done in 90 minutes. At the minute, though, not going to lie, I think Liverpool have settled into this game a bit better than what Man City have, but it's difficult because, City have only been preparing and training for this game since Thursday, when we've got all our players back from an international break. But it's the same for Liverpool, and they've just settled in a bit quicker. Ekiteke with a shot there for Liverpool, dragged wide. Yeah, Liverpool looking sharper. Man City haven't really got going yet, but this might just be a case that City want to maybe weather an early storm, weather the first 15-20 minutes. I thought Arsenal were the better team first 15-20 minutes at Wembley, and then took City 20 minutes to settle themselves in. Once they settled themselves in, managed to pick it up and get going. And I think, if it takes 15-20 minutes, as long as you don't concede in them 15-20 minutes, if it gives Man City more energy that we can compete more in the second half, like we did in the League Cup a couple of weeks ago, then that's a good thing. Because Man City have struggled at times this season at competing in, second halves. Just energy being drained from the team. So, if you just got to be a bit more patient in the hope that, Man City can deliver. You sacrifice the first 15-20 minutes, but you're good for the other 60-70 minutes, then that's a big improvement on, playing well for 45 minutes and then playing not so well for another 45 minutes. So we'll see. Rightio then, guys. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're now at the halfway stage, 50 likes, so another 50 to go. Any help towards that would be great. And don't forget to subscribe as well if you are new around here. Konate then just works it back to the keeper. There's Virgil van Dijk. Ball just gets worked to Konate. Pass not the best. Liverpool will pick it back up. City choosing to press and force the mistake. They initially forced the mistake. Liverpool got the ball back before City forced another mistake and will manage to wrap this one up. Cherki dropping a bit deeper. Gives the ball to Nunes. Worked to the right for Antoine Semenyo. Up against Kirkez. Nowhere really for Semenyo to go, so he'll give the ball to Rodri. Here is Bernardo now. To Guehi on the left. Guehi burst forward, opened up a little bit for him. Gives the ball to Bernardo Silva. Back to Guehi, back to Bernardo. Plays his pass forward looking for Haaland. Pressured well there. Konate and, Man City will get themselves a throw-in. 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 Man City will get them Here's Rodri then. Gives the ball to Guehi. O'Reilly now picks the ball up. Bernardo. There's a little bit of space for Nunes in the centre, if City want to use it. At the minute, a little slow from City in the build-up. You know, it's not... Normally it's one touch, go, one touch, go, one touch, go. Quick football. But, you know, City, when not pressed, just taking 2-3 touches and taking the time with it. Here's Rodri. Works the ball well here. Space opens up for Nunes, who's going to have a shot. And first shot on target. Test the keeper. Comfortable save for the keeper. Remains 0-0. Liverpool send it long. So good long ball this forward to Salah. And Khusanov didn't get there properly. And Salah has a shot. And it's just not a very good shot from Mo Salah. And he looks frustrated there. Nearly a wonderful assist there from the keeper. Recognises Salah's in a bit of space. He's going to send it long. He'd have been onside. Abdukodir Khusanov does well in his initial recovery. He outmuscles Salah, but he doesn't get it clear. And in the end, is that a recovery from Abdukodir Khusanov? One touch too many? It is one touch too many. It's outstanding defending there from Abdukodir Khusanov. So he couldn't get a clean shot away there, Salah. Really good recovery that from Abdukodir Khusanov. Really good recovery. Should have been a throw-in for Man City. The recovery was that good, it came off Salah's foot. In the end, long throw comes in instead. Trafford gets a fist onto it and City will get it clear. I have heard that they're going to allow VAR to use replays at the World Cup. So, important decisions like free kick, corners. I wonder if throw-ins are going to be included on it. That a situation like that should have been a throw-in for Man City... At the World Cup, I think VAR is going to get involved and say that actually it's the incorrect decision. It's a throw-in for Man City. And they're going to allow them to get involved more in the decision. So I don't know how they're going to efficiently apply that because everything takes a bit of time. I mean, look how long it takes for them to make decisions about things. As a long ball comes forward there. Good goalkeeping and patient goalkeeping from James Trafford there. Takes the ball off the head of Florian Wirtz. And Man City can look to build another attack. Here is Rodri then to... Nico O'Reilly just works the ball back. Liverpool taking a breather. Kevin, you might well be right. Best young centre-back in the world. He's got all the credentials of being a top-quality centre-back. And for me, you know, City have got to find a way that once Ruben Dias is back and fully fit, if you want to go with, you know, Ruben Dias, Josko Gvardiol, Marc Guehi, Abdukodir Khusanov, you've got to find ways for these players getting regular starts and minutes, which isn't easy to do. So many quality centre-backs. That was a lovely pass. And a shot manages to come in. And Rayan Cherki, unlucky there. John, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Do hope you're well. Another outstanding ball forward from Liverpool. Here's Salah up against Guehi. And City get a goal kick. Salah frustrated. It's a good through ball there from Bernardo Silva to find Rayan Cherki. Not the best of touches from Cherki. I don't know if he's aware of where Kerkez is. I think it's just a heavier touch, and Kerkez manages to make a good recovery. And a combination of him and the goalkeeper, and they snuff out that opportunity. That was an opportunity, though. Definitely was. Here's Erling Haaland then for Manchester City. O'Reilly back to Haaland. Haaland dropping deep, receiving, recovering the ball. Who says Haaland can't play football? This is good football from Haaland. He continues his drive forward, and it could be a big chance this for City. They want a penalty. Referee says no. Still stands with Semenyo. He has a shot. Cherki's convinced he should have a penalty. Now Bernardo Silva asked the question. Jeremy Doku, I think, is going to keep the ball in. Michael Oliver said no penalty. Cherki can't believe it. Let's have a look. Does Kerkez get the last touch on this? Does Kerkez get the last touch on this? It's a heavier touch from Cherki. Pep wants a penalty. They agree with the referee's decision. I'm not sure about that. Cherki can't believe it. The only thing I'm not sure on is, Pep Guardiola's having he's watching a replay, he can't believe it. I I quite like this Pep Guardiola in the stands and giving his reactions to things. Oh, man. I'm on the fence. I'm not entirely sure that... something tells me I think Kerkez, when he makes the initial challenge on Cherki, gets a touch on the ball before taking through the man. I'm not sure. If he gets a touch on the ball, I don't think that's a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty. But if he doesn't, it's a penalty for me. His daughter weren't getting involved in that. I've heard his daughter's living in the UK now. I think she's based down in London. Seems to be spending more time with her dad as well, which I'm sure is helping Pep Guardiola a lot, which is good. How amazing would it be if Pep Guardiola signs a new contract, by the way? He's mad enough to do it, isn't he? Mad enough to do it. Ugh. Anyway, here's Rodri. Gives the ball to Guehi. City now just starting to get on top. There's that 20 minutes I was speaking about. That no penalty seems to have given City a spring in the step. Maybe they smell a weakness. Semenyo driving forward. And maybe that's the way to go, you know. Directness. Run at them. Jessica, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. On the way down south. Where are you off to, Jessica, is the question. Thank you very much for listening to it. It's much appreciated. He is, isn't he, Julia? It'll be a sad day when he leaves. I might cry when he leaves. I'm not prepared for it. I'm not prepared. Corner then for Manchester City. Guehi in there. Rodri's in there. Haaland's in there. Ball comes in. Doesn't beat the second man. Not the best of balls in. Do you know what I miss? Remember that brilliant corner? Has he given a throw in there for Liverpool? Looked like he'd kept that in. It looked like a brilliant recovery there from Bernardo to keep in that wayward pass from Matheus Nunes. But here we are. Yeah, I missed that Rayan Ait-Nouri amazing corner that he did a few weeks back. I've not seen him take a corner since. It was that Haaland run that caused all them problems, wasn't it, Seamus? Rodri, not the best of passes, and allows Liverpool just to steal the ball back in a good area inside the Manchester City half. Gravenberch works it to Gomez on the right. Got options ahead of him. Doesn't play any balls forward. Jessica says, listening on 5 Live, but knew I'd give a better commentary of the game. Thank you very much. Enjoy your trip down to Northampton. Is there a particular reason why you're heading to Northampton? Is it visiting family or doing something? Northampton. That reminds me, actually. Lancashire are playing Northampton right now with the cricket. Oh, Lancashire getting on? That's the question. 384 all out. 52 for 5, Northampton. Nice. Nice. Right. Free kick comes in from Liverpool. Headed clear by Manchester City. Out for a throw into Liverpool in a good area that they've already put a long throw into the box. I don't get why these long throws have become a thing in football all of a sudden again. Everyone fancies they're channeling their inner Rory Delap, but they want to just launch a ball into the box. And Arsenal seem to have been the team that's made teams want to do it. I'm just not a fan. Not a fan. Watch Liverpool score now. Long ball into the box, headed clear. I don't know, it just gives me anti-football vibes. It's, I don't know what to do with this, so I'm just going, I'm going to launch it in. It's something I expect from a team in League 2, not a team sitting near the top of the Premier League. Not a fan of it. And this overemphasis that teams have had in the Premier League this season, because it's worked so well for Arsenal on long throws and set pieces and things, just gets on my nerves. A lovely outside pass of the... There, outside of the foot pass from James Trafford, and Nunes gives the ball away. So Liverpool got it in a dangerous area again. Ekiteke, challenge comes in from Abdukodir Khusanov. Referee deems that not a foul, and Jeremy Doku wins the ball. He gets pulled back, and will get a free kick for Man City as well. Gravenberch not happy. His pullback means he goes into the book on the 23rd minute. And it remains 0-0 here between Manchester City and Liverpool. FSG, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Got a feeling it's going to go to extra time and penalties. I hope not. I maintain with what I said before. I'm confident. I'm confident we can get the job done. Another ball comes in. Not going to be picked up. Jessica says, off down south to see the family with a Yorkshire partner. So as a Northants native, the cricket score isn't good for either of us. That is very much fair enough. Very, very great for me, though. You know, Lancashire have had a tough couple of seasons. Very enjoyable watching, you know, Yorkshire crumble. I enjoy that. Nothing personal against Northants, by the way. I do enjoy a good trip into Yorkshire, but we'll keep that one on the down low. Florian Wirtz with a fantastic run forward. Gives the ball to Kirkez. Anyway, hope you enjoy seeing the family. Always nice to see family. It's a very careful game, this. Very careful game of football. Long ball's going to come forward from Liverpool there. Not a good one. Going to go straight out of play. Hey, do you know what? I'm not a nerd, you know, when it comes to football pitches, but the City pitch this season has been chopping up a little bit. It's not been fantastic. To be expected with the expansion of the North Stand, they had a lot of, obviously, heavy machinery on the pitch over the summer, so they had to basically relay the pitch. Not a new pitch, they've just had to relay the current pitch. And because they've had to relay the current pitch quality's not been great. But pitch is looking pretty good. Pitch is looking pretty good, which is good. Right. Ball gets played back by Konate to the keeper. Got quite a funky kit, the keeper. It's like a yellow, starts like darker yellow on top and just goes lighter and lighter. It almost goes white on the belt area. And then goes back dark yellow through the shorts. Bizarre. Things to do with the football kits now. I've seen the leaks of Man City's new kits for next season, in particular the home shirt. Not sure what to make of it. Here's Szoboszlai, edge of the penalty area. Salah puts a ball in. Extra touch comes in. City have got bodies back and a shot comes in there from Ekiteke and he gets over the top of it. Probably best chance of the game, that. Best chance of the game. He's leaning back. Trafford scrambling. So an opportunity, that one, for Hugo Ekiteke. He hits it with so much venom. It's a goal if that's on target. Trafford's not getting there. He's not out. Would have been a wonderful goal, that. Would have been a wonderful goal. Not the best of balls forward, that. And is that a handball or is that a throw-in? It's a throw-in. Antoine Semenyo there. Was he a bit premature in catching the football? That's what Liverpool are asking. Let's have a look. Oh, he 1,000,000% is. That should have been a free kick for Liverpool. Yeah, that's risky business from Semenyo. It could have been a yellow card as well for deliberate handball. Right, Liverpool have worked an opportunity from it, although Szoboszlai nearly left the ball. Still manages to get a good ball across. Ekiteke takes a touch. It's Curtis Jones now back to Ekiteke and offside flag up. Offside flag is up. Chad, it seems that way. The ads seem to be longer. I used to have like control of how long the ads could be. I could decide if they were going to be 6 seconds or longer. I don't have a choice anymore. Obviously, when I'm watching stuff on YouTube, I like for the ads. I get that ads are going to be there. I get that content creators put a lot of work and effort into the videos. I want to support them by watching the ads and stuff. But I don't want it to disrupt the video. So if the ads are going to be there, I want them to be short and sweet. I don't even get a choice anymore. Which is probably why YouTube's created. Obviously, it's to help support the obviously going premium like Jessica has. Which is why YouTube's probably introduced the membership stuff to support creators who lose out on the ad revenue from that point of view. And as Doku drives forward, Liverpool manages to defend it. Didn't look like the best of balls across from Doku on first instinct here. I don't think he looks up yet. It weren't the best of ball. There was no one there. So, yeah. Corner then for City. They're passing the corners. They're not even having a cross into the box. O'Reilly to Doku. He works a ball across now. Cleared by Liverpool. We're passing the corners now. Chemo, thanks for tuning in from South Africa. Love that. I was trying to talk my wife into a trip to South Africa for next year, but she weren't playing ball, unfortunately, because I'd love to have a visit. But another time, maybe. Maybe I need to work on the art of persuasion. Instead, we're off to South America, if anyone's been before, to have some tips and tricks. Here's Antoine Semenyo, goes across goal. Keeper gets a fist onto it. Doku stabs a ball into the box. Not the best, and Liverpool should get this one clear. Although, good recovery from Nunes means that it's only going to be a throw-in for Liverpool rather than a ball played forward, which the City faithful show their appreciation for as we hit the 31st minute. So, don't forget, guys, do leave a thumbs up. Just 45 likes to go to 100 likes, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Crazy prices then for the World Cup. They've promised for the European Championships, which is going to be in the UK and Ireland in 2028, that they're going to charge cheap tickets. Is it £30 tickets? But them tickets are going to be like gold dust. And, it's all great saying I'm going to charge £30 for a ticket, but, that's going to be like, 1% of the ground? What's the price for the other 99%? I reckon they're going to be crazy expensive, just like the USA. I've heard there's quite a lot of empty seats that have been unsold in the USA as well. They've been painting a picture like they've sold loads of seats, but I've heard from others who have said there's a lot of seats available because people just aren't taking up the tickets at the prices that are being charged, which is crazy. Julia said, you see, Julia, you've been to places that I'd love to go to. I know you've been to Sicily. You got Cape Town on there. Make me very jealous. Very jealous. Is Rayan Cherki driving forward to the edge of the penalty area. Space doesn't open up. He somehow finds his pass to Erling Haaland. Gives the ball to Guehi. Here's Doku then on the left. Cherki plays a pass forward. Doku not going to keep it in. Goal kick. Right idea, just not quite the execution. Into the 32nd minute then. 0-0. Too much power on that from Mr. Cherki. And it means a goal kick for Liverpool rather than a chance for Manchester City. As we're now just 41 likes away from 100 likes. It's been a very careful game, this. It's not been a game that's going to live long in the memory that everyone's going to be speaking about, but it is the game that's just ever so careful. Ever so careful. I think City last maybe 12 minutes since we hit the 20th minute have done a really good job in just trying to keep Liverpool back. Liverpool look really lively on the counter-attacking, making things happen. And when they are trying to make things happen, they're getting bodies forward, which is always going to cause problems. And Ekiteke, I think, has had a really good game. His hold-up play, everything that he's done has been really, really good. He does very well there to get a ball forward to Kerkez. Looking to try and get his ball forward, but Matheus Nunes does a good job in just getting back and defending. Yellow card comes out. I'm not sure if that's for Rodri. I think it is for Rodri for the pullback on Hugo Ekiteke. So you've got Gravenberch and Rodri on yellow cards for maybe anyone that's got any bets on players to be booked or fouled. The Rodri foul on Ekiteke there. Referee waved the advantage. So I'm not sure if that goes down as the foul, but referee does come back to it to give the yellow card. Liverpool don't have the free kick. Instead, they're going to go back to JSGC's favourite of a long throw into the box from Joe Gomez. Launched in then towards the near post. You know where he's going. City win the header. Liverpool mop it up, work it back out to the left-hand side. Gomez goes with a right foot, gets a ball forward, flicked in, and the right idea there by Virgil van Dijk, but Man City do a good job in defending it. O'Reilly did well in defending it, but his pass forward not great to Doku, and Liverpool will slow this one down as it almost looks blind in that sunshine in Manchester. Get the sunglasses out. Not used to seeing such weather. Players will need to take the sun cream on. I would anyway. Richard, thanks for tuning in, says there you go. Rodri and a treble. I was wondering about that. This is exactly why I mentioned it. Okay, you're looking towards players like Bernardo Silva and Rodri. Is Rodri then coming forward? What's the treble you've got Rodri involved in then? Is it commit a foul, be fouled, and a yellow card anytime? Or have you got him involved in scoring or assisting? Is Jeremy Doku into the shade of the south stand? Rodri's lining one up. Deflected. O'Reilly's going to get there. Put your foot through it, Nico. Gets a corner, just a corner. And you see, it opened up on his left foot there, guys. I think O'Reilly could put his foot through that. Foot through that and go up. Test the keeper. He's gone for the 3 yellow cards. I thought you had a treble on Rodri. So Rodri, Bernardo, Gomez, all to be booked. That is fair enough. Gomez one-on-ones with Doku. I get that. Rodri's always lively to a yellow card. His tactical fouls already in. Bernardo Silva loves the yellow card. It makes sense. What odds have you got for that one? Pep's on the blower. Corner comes in. Headed clear. Keeper's got to be shouting for that to collect. He doesn't. Oh, a cloud's covered the sun now. That's better. Shade. Here's Bernardo Silva. Driving forward. Semenyo to Rodri. He's got Nunes. He's got Nunes again. O'Reilly down. Pen! Come on, Van Dijk. He says, no way. The referee knows what he's doing with the drama. Blows the whistle. Doesn't indicate what he's doing. Just blows the whistle. Is it a dive? Is it a free kick? Is it offside? What's going on? Penalty. O'Reilly turns Van Dijk. It's a pen every day of the week. Van Dijk don't get the ball. He turns him. Easiest decision Michael Oliver's ever going to make. What's he saying no way at? He sticks his foot out. He takes the man. And doesn't get the ball. It's a pen every day of the week. Right. Big Earl. It is your time. Oh, we could do with scoring this. This is a big moment for Manchester City in this FA Cup quarter-final clash. How important are first goals in games? A big moment for a big player. Haaland. Huff of the cheeks. He's ready. The Viking looks locked in. Come on, Earl. Haaland! It's never in doubt, was it? It was never in doubt. Come on! Bam, says Erling Haaland. He kicks the corner flag. Come on! Sends the keeper the wrong way. I was expecting to go with loads of power, but I think the keeper just commits early. So Haaland's just, it's already, once the keeper's committed, it's already made his mind up about what he needs to do, and he just strokes it into the opposite corner, and the all-important opening goal. And it's Erling Haaland from the penalty spot. City lead here at home against Liverpool by 1-0. He just angles the keeper, doesn't he? He eyes him and he sees the keeper's going one way and he just strokes it the other. There's no real pace and conviction. The stutter, ever so slight stutter from Haaland Wirtz. He sees the keeper. I need to see a replay one more time, but I think Haaland's got eyes not on the ball. His eyes are on the keeper. And it's easier said than done. I'd expect, any competent professional football player to do it, but anyone that aspires to play football, I'll tell you right now, as someone who's bloody awful at football, being able to have the eye coordination to not look at the ball and look at the player and know where you're going to put it and kick it properly, it's easier said than done. Haaland does a very good job there. He's not looking at the ball. The eyes are on the keeper. He waits for the keeper to indicate which way he's going on his stutter. He does so. He's committing to one side. Haaland just strokes it to the other. It's a good penalty. It's 1-0 Manchester City. And we've got to build on it now. We've got, 6 minutes to half-time. Oh, sorry, keeper's dive to his right. Haaland stroked it to the keeper's left. Is what he's done. Andy Man right on time. Never late when the goals are there. City looking to try and push forward and get a second goal. What was it, 4 minutes the difference between Man City's 2 goals against Arsenal a couple of weeks back. They'll be looking to try and do the same here. 1-0 to 2-0 becomes very different. Good defending there from Abdukodir Khusanov. Thank you very much, Keith, for your kind comment there. Well, Richard's even involved as well. Big Earl. Stroking it in. Good finish. Good penalty. I'm not Haaland's biggest fan from the penalty spot. That's a good penalty, that, though. Good penalty. I don't think he's necessarily changed his way of taking penalties. I mean, it's a different tactic from Haaland. I'm not sure if he's fully changed his ways of, his typical just short run-up, sprint and smash tactic that he does. But he's definitely been working on something. He's worked on that stutter and he waits for the keeper to make the movement. And if it's a good tactic to have, because you ever watch Mario Balotelli when he played for City and took penalties for us? Never missed, by the way. Watch how his run-ups used to be really slow and there'd be a lot of stutters in there. Bruno Fernandes kind of does it as well. They wait for the keeper to commit. And if the keeper doesn't commit, which they'll get used to Haaland if he takes his penalties like that, they'll stop committing. You're in a great position because when it gets to the point that you need to strike the ball, it's difficult for the keeper to be able to get down and make a save. So as long as the keeper doesn't commit, you can, in that short space of time, make the decision that you're going to go low with your penalty, which is what Haaland did. The keeper commits, he's going to struggle to get down because he's not already committed to making the save. The key is to keep the ball low. Ideally, it's low and hard. The keeper's always going to struggle to get down there. There's definitely tactics to take in a penalty. And that's a very successful way of playing the game. So, yeah. Thank you very much, Keith. Much appreciated. Try and make like a visual for everyone to be able to see. Cross comes in then from the left. From Guehi. Finds Cherki. Little disguise pass. Oh, lovely. Nunes. Chip ball to the back post. Headed clear by Joe Gomez. Only as far as Marc Guehi mops up on the left. Getting a good understanding, Guehi and Jeremy Doku on that left-hand side. You see, O'Reilly's no longer playing left-back. He's now playing... He's almost playing as a front three. Haaland through the middle and, Cherki's one side and O'Reilly's on the other. O'Reilly's now just chosen to pivot into midfield. Rodri's... You see, City have just sped up their passing. I wonder if that's what Pep was on the phone with before. Speed up the passing, more cross-field passes. One touch go, one touch go. Semenyo with the touch here in the penalty area. 3 red bodies around him. Got nowhere to go here on the right. It's a lovely turn. Gets a cross in. Back post. O'Reilly, can he get his head onto it? Falls to Doku. He's got Rodri in space. Liverpool now, 6s and 7s. So good pass into the channel. Cherki, twisting, turning, can't sort his feet out. And it's unlucky. We'll go out for a goal kick to Liverpool. 2 minutes remaining then, plus whatever is to be added on here of this first half. So don't forget, leave a thumbs up if you are enjoying the content. Just 33 likes to go to 100. And don't forget to subscribe as well if you are new around here. We get some advertisements from TNT Sports, which I've seen have gone into partnership with HBO Max. So if you're watching online and you've not got TNT Sports, but you do have HBO Max, then, if you've got the sports package, happy days. You can watch the game on HBO Max rather than it used to be on Discovery Plus. TNT Sports did have their own thing before that. It was BT Sports. It's gone through like 4 different names in 4 different years. Here we are. Oh, it's a good ball forward, and Doku's classed as being offside there. Doku frustrated. Does he go too early as the linesman? Just a bit too keen. Get another replay of that penalty. It's a penalty every day of the week. And the stutter works, yeah. Haaland's not looking at the ball. Do you know, he does something really well there, Haaland. He has a little glance at the ball just to make sure just as he goes to take the shot. A little glance. Oh, Pep's into the box. I've been in a box at Man City before. Let me tell you, it's a wonderful experience. Hot food, biscuits. He's getting himself a biscuit. Got what is it? Knobs of butter in the Man City crest. It might be Pep Guardiola. He's in Mediterranean. You're getting the bread, butter, and oils definitely in there. I bet. I wonder where Pep's box is. That'd be intriguing to know. Cameraman knows. It's not stopped filming him. ESPN, there you go, in the USA. Sports readily available in the USA. Readily available. I enjoy watching the sports every time I'm there. I watched City's Champions League game against Napoli in the States in Chicago when we played. Long ball forward. Oh, and Ekiteke can't sort his feet out there. Speaking of boxes, actually, I was invited into a box for that Man City-Napoli game. Checked my emails as I'd landed in Chicago, and I was like, no. I'm in Chicago, I can't go. I had to say no, gritted teeth. Tears in my eyes. Long ball forward from City, dealt with by Van Dijk. And good defending as well from Curtis Jones, to be fair. So into the first of 2 minutes, into the final minute. I bet there's a queue in the Pep box, actually. I bet he's gone and got his pie and chips. It reminds me of like a gravy and mushy peas kind of guy, Pep Guardiola. Particularly when he has that flat cap on. He smokes as well, doesn't he, Pep, though? Imagine cigarette in hand, flap cap on. Going to the chippy pie and chips, love. Anyway, throwing 10 forward from Liverpool. Should be last chance of the game here. Man City have got the ball back if they maybe want to launch a ball forward. Nunes has got the ball in a pretty good position here. Doku's in a bit of space on the left. Here's Semenyo. Plays a ball across. Haaland! Ho! The right time to score a second goal. Right on half-time. That team talk now. The Arne Slot's got prepared. It's been ripped up. Haaland grabs the all-important second goal for Manchester City. Haaland with a brace. It's a beautiful ball from the former Bournemouth man Antoine Semenyo on the right. Crosses it. Lovely header from Haaland. Boom. Brace for Haaland. City lead by 2. Alex Ferguson in the stand is in for a treat. Scintillating stuff from Manchester City. He's onside Antoine Semenyo. Haaland just peels off the defender Konate and bam. It's a good goal that from Manchester City. A really good goal from Manchester City. Good header from Haaland. Business end of the season's the right time to find a goal. Pep Linders loves it. Arne Slot says, team talk. I haven't got anything to say. Just keep your chin up. He's kicking corner flags. Boom. Half time. Whew. I said it were a careful game. It's needed that bit of quality. And that's exactly what Erling Haaland has given Manchester City in that first half. Scores from the penalty spot with his left foot. Scores with his head right on half-time. He just needs a right-footed goal and he's got the perfect hat-trick. Erling Haaland, the difference for Manchester City. City lead at half-time in the FA Cup quarter-final and just 45 minutes away from another appearance at the Etihad South Wembley Stadium for the FA Cup semi-final. Still work to do. 2-0. I always say it on my streams. I'm going to say it again. 2-0 is a very dangerous scoreline. Very dangerous. Next goal, crucial. You have a 2-goal deficit. Liverpool score next. It halves that deficit. It goes to 1. Liverpool well in the game. However, Man City score next. Overturning 3 goals. Incredibly difficult. Manchester City firm favourites to go to Wembley. We've still got some work to do here. It's been a very careful, clinical first 45 minutes from Man City. Plenty to build on. And if I'm Pep Linders in the dressing room at half-time, I'm saying get the job finished off. Push for that third. Keep it up, lads. Arne Slot, he's got nothing to lose. Liverpool have got to find a way of grabbing control of the football. It's not enough to, allow Man City to have possession and wait for the counter-attack. They need to score 3 if they're to win this game. Man City in a brilliant position. 8 shots, 4 on target, 2 goals, 53% possession, 274 passes at a 91% pass completion rate. We do have 1 yellow card. That's for Rodri. But City dominating the statistics. For Liverpool, 7 shots, 2 on target. Ekiteke missed a wonderful opportunity earlier in the first half to put Liverpool 1 up. It didn't come. 47% possession, 201 passes, 87% pass completion rate. They've got 1 player on a yellow card. That's gone to Gravenberch. Van Dijk's committed a penalty. Haaland's tucked it away. And a wonderful assist from Antoine Semenyo right on half-time gives Erling Haaland a chance to get a header beyond the keeper and into the back of the net. I'm just having a look at Liverpool's bench. Where's the players that's going to help Liverpool to win this? Frimpong, Chiesa, Mac Allister, Robertson, Gakpo. They're the experienced players on the bench. You'd think sooner rather than later, you are going to see the likes of Gakpo, Mac Allister, maybe Frimpong onto that pitch. Liverpool can no longer stick. They've got to twist. They've got 2 goals to overturn at the Etihad Stadium inside the space of 45 minutes. City have got Liverpool exactly where they want them. City need to kill this off. First 10, 15 minutes and pushing and pushing and pushing. Get this game done and dusted, ready for our game next weekend against Chelsea in the Premier League. It'd be amazing if we could keep a clean sheet. James Trafford's telling himself right now, I keep a clean sheet here. Peps, I've kept a clean sheet against Arsenal. I've kept a clean sheet against Liverpool. You should be starting me ahead of what everyone calls the world's best goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma, because my distribution's been good, my shot stopping's been good, I'm helping the team to progress in major trophies, I'm keeping clean sheets. I want to go to the World Cup with England. I want to be starting games. And if Trafford keeps a clean sheet here, Pep Guardiola has a massive selection headache next week. Do you go with Donnarumma? Do you make the big call and drop him and stick with Trafford because it's worked? Or do you drop Trafford to go with Donnarumma? And if, something goes south against Chelsea, we concede and, we drop points. Your Premier League title's done and dusted. And you earn starts. James Trafford can't be doing any more. Clean sheet against Arsenal helped us win the cup. Clean sheet so far here against Liverpool. got a job to do, but he keeps a clean sheet in this second half, and, Man City are through to Wembley again, and, James Trafford's done everything he can to help Manchester City, so, yeah, these are the big things. It's what Pep Guardiola gets paid the big money to do. City lead 2-0, statistically looking very good for Man City. Liverpool, though, 47% possession, 201 passes, 87% pass completion rate, creating opportunities, having shots, just not being clinical. Still in there for Liverpool if they want it. Manchester City, got to try and kill it off. We're in a fantastic position for, in my opinion, heading into what is a huge second half for Manchester City. So, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes, just 28 to go. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. It is free to subscribe. Going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest City content here on YouTube. So if you haven't done so already, do subscribe. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, get your halftime thoughts as well in the live chat. Ian, welcome. Thanks for tuning in, saying Haaland looking like his old self. Absolutely. Julia says, Haaland, full of confidence and positivity. It's what we like to see. Jessica says, I think this is the front lineup that we're needing. The combinations, the Semenyos, the Dokus, the Cherkis and O'Reilly's helping. But most importantly, you've got your striker dropping deep, collecting the ball. That drive that he did in the first half caused all kinds of problems. It was beautiful football being played from Erling Haaland. All he needs to do is be in the right place at the right time and start adding goals to his tally. Scores a goal from the penalty spot. He's scoring headers. He's got goal in open play. He's on a hat-trick. He needs a right-footed effort to go in, and he has a perfect hat-trick. So, you can't say fairer than that. David, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. It's 2-0 Manchester City at half-time. Seamus says Liverpool have a very good striker on the bench as well. Liverpool have good players everywhere. I'm not taking them for granted at all. They're a team that can cause a lot of problems. They're a team that, you allow them opportunities. They're capable of scoring 3-4 goals in 45 minutes. So this job isn't done for Manchester City. So it's just, got the job to do. Jean, it's definitely something for Pep to think about. You spend £30+ million on James Trafford. You want to bring him back. Yeah, does the job for Man City that we're looking for him to do. That, doesn't get Premier League games, doesn't get Champions League games. I saw there was a comment. I can't remember who commented it, so apologies if you're tuning in as well. I do apologise. Made a real good point. Said, for me, you can't keep Donnarumma and Trafford at Man City, but you could ask Gianluigi Donnarumma. We're looking here at a high-quality goalkeeper in James Trafford. It's not easy for us to find minutes for both players. We don't want to lose either goalkeeper. So, Donnarumma being the more experienced goalkeeper gets to pick between, do you want to be Man City's first choice goalkeeper in the Premier League, or do you want to be Man City's first choice goalkeeper in the Champions League? It's one or the other. That then may satisfy the needs for both Donnarumma and James Trafford. At the end of the day, from what I'm seeing from James Trafford, the need for Man City to have homegrown players and having a homegrown goalkeeper who's homegrown by Man City as well, useful for our Champions League registrations. I don't want to lose James Trafford at all. I think he's England's future number one in the next couple of years. And, the talk of Newcastle, the talk of Tottenham Hotspur, he's a wonderful, wonderful goalkeeper. He'd be Man City's number one goalkeeper if Ederson was to be here for heading into next season. He would. So, Donnarumma's stuck between a rock and a hard place. What do you do? Do you lose a high-quality young goalkeeper like James Trafford to back Donnarumma? The next question is, long-term, how long do we have Donnarumma for? What's Donnarumma's, ambitions? Have Man City brought Donnarumma in as a great excuse for Donnarumma to get out of PSG, or does Donnarumma see himself as, a Manchester City goalkeeper in the long term for the next 4 or 5 years? Or is it just a quick stop for Donnarumma? And ultimately the next 12, 24 months, he's going to leave Man City. And if that's the case, it's a disaster. Let's say, fast forward 2 years, it's a disaster. We lose James Trafford this summer and you lose Donnarumma the summer after. So this is something that Hugo Viana and Pep Guardiola need to think about very carefully. Very carefully. Because at the minute, James Trafford got off to a bit of a shaky start for Man City, but he's looked more settled. He's looked very good. And I'm seeing a lot from James Trafford, a heck of a lot. In particular, even though the last couple of games that he's featured in, seeing a lot from him. And I want to see a lot more of him. How do you make that happen? Without losing him? Because, Donnarumma's a fantastic goalkeeper at the end of the day. He don't get called the world's best goalkeeper for no reason, but, how long does he want to be at Manchester City for? Because James Trafford, as I said, his distributions look very good, look very calm and composed. I genuinely think James Trafford's distribution is better than Donnarumma's. So it then becomes a question of, well, what else are you looking for your goalkeeper, your shot stopping? Well, James Trafford's shot stopping is also it's not poor. It's better than what Ederson's shot stopping was. So you want to find the complete article. Do you want a shot stopper? Do you want a distributor? Or do you want a balance between the both? Ederson, the distributor, Donnarumma, the shot stopper. Because for me, you combine both them players. You want, a good shot stopper and a good distributing goalkeeper. A happy medium between them two goalkeepers of Ederson and Donnarumma is James Trafford, and we could lose him. Because you don't want to commit one way or the other. That's something that City need to think about. Not sure how we've ended up on this topic at half-time. We're 2-0 up, but we're keeping a clean sheet, and if we keep a clean sheet, we're off to Wembley. And short-term, over the next hour or so, that's what's most important here for Manchester City. So, guys, got some half-time entertainment for you guys to enjoy. So I will see you ready for the second half. It's brought to you by my partner channel, Mixid. Go and check him out. Links and details there in the description. This is the Big Baby Guinness. Enjoy.
This is definitely not where I park my car. It's been a long time, so welcome back, and ladies and gentlemen, Mixid returns. So this is a cocktail channel, so to introduce everyone, what I do on this channel is I do challenges, I do cocktails, and I do cocktail vlogs. So it's nice to be back behind the bar. It's been a very long time, and what we're going to do, I'm going to introduce you to one of my favourite brands I like to go to, so the Alchemist Bar. But what they do is they sell cocktail recipes, so I'm going to take you through the Alchemist Cosmic Cocktails cocktail recipe book. So the first cocktail on there is the very popular Baby Guinness, but with a nice little twist, as this is the Big Baby Guinness, and I cannot wait to show you how to make this classic but a cocktail version of the classic shot, because there's a beautiful shot if you've never had it. Really simple to make, and the Big Baby Guinness is no different. So let's get straight into it. This is Big Baby Guinness, and if you are new around here, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixid for more cocktails like this as we will continue on our cocktail journey. So the first thing you want to do is get 45 ice cubes and put into your tin shaker. So this is a 3-ingredient cocktails, because it's really simple to build, but it's more the ingredients that are in it. I'm happy to do a separate video on each year, so how to make the Guinness reduction or cold brew coffee, and of course the Bailey's foam. If you do want me to show you how to make these ingredients, just let me know in the comments below, so I'll happily film a video just for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dip it a little bit. So I'll always go towards 1 ounce. So this costs for 25ml, but I'm going to do 30ml or 1 ounce of Guinness reduction. Next is 30ml or 1 ounce of cold brew coffee. And last ingredient into the tin is 30ml or 1 ounce of vodka. Put your lid on, and now give it a good shake, 8 to 10 seconds, get nice and chilled. Now get your strainer and strain into your glass. now get your Bailey's foam and dispense into your glass now. Now do it slowly. And there we go, one Big Baby Guinness. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, one Big Baby Guinness. I cannot wait to try this to see how it tastes. Here we go. Cheers everyone. How does it taste? If you love the Baby Guinness shot, you'll love the Big Baby Guinness. This is a 10 out of 10, and we certainly got the weather for it, haven't we? Because what a beautiful week it's been. It's like the start of spring, the start of summer, and this is the perfect start to it. And the perfect start to my new series of the Alchemist Cosmic Cocktail series. So the next one will be the Cheeky Brimto. But cheers everyone. It's like there's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited. It's nice and sweet, and if you like your coffee cocktails, you'll love this as well. So if you love your espresso martini, I'd recommend this as well. But this, ladies and gentlemen, has been the Big Baby Guinness. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mix It for more cocktails like this, and I will see you guys for the next one, which will be the Cheeky Brimto. But have a nice weekend everyone, and I will see you next time. Cheers. It's nice to be home. So the first thing what you want to do is put in 4 to 5 ice cubes straight into your cocktail shape. That's not a very good start, is it? Let's do that again. Take 2.
We all like a mixed outtake. Right, we've had kick-off then for the second half. Liverpool just coming forward. Man City want a free kick against Joe Gomez, and they get a free kick against Joe Gomez. Doesn't look like Man City made any changes at half-time. Chad, thank you very much for the $5 donation. Much appreciated. Thank you for your kind comments. As JSGC, thank you for another stream. You are more than welcome, my friend. Thank you very much for the donation. It is much appreciated. Remember, anyone that does leave any donations, all money that is made on my streams and on my channel just gets reinvested back into the channel. Goes towards what I hope is providing quality entertainment and content for you guys to enjoy. So thank you very much, Chad, for the donation there. It is much appreciated. Chad says he loves a baby Guinness, which is, of course, today's halftime entertainment. A big baby Guinness made by Mixed. So much appreciated. Jessica enjoys your content there, Mixed. So there you go. We are ready for the second half. Liverpool have tried to get forward a couple of times. Both times committed fouls in the build-up, which has led to a bit of frustration on their behalf. Doesn't look like Liverpool have made any changes at half-time either. I'm wondering how long it's going to be before they do dip towards the bench. The likes of Mac Allister, Chiesa, Gakpo being the players. Maybe Frimpong as well. Could be a player that they choose to bring on. We'll have to wait and see. For City, as I said, what you want to try and do is, create your next opportunity and create it soon and kill this off. So there we go. These adverts seem to be causing problems. You see, I said before, I don't really have control of adverts anymore. The only thing I can control is how regular the adverts are. I can't control how long the adverts are, and I don't get to select and sort stuff out with the adverts anymore. I feel like I don't really have much advert control. Actually affects, the CPM and the money that comes in as well. They seem to have made a bit of a mess of adverts on YouTube over the last couple of months, I've noticed. Oh, here's Cherki. Fred's one through. Semenyo! There it is. I said City could do with just creating one more opportunity, being clinical and scoring off that. Cherki just threads one through to Semenyo and just strokes it past the goalkeeper. 3-0 Manchester City. This has been a scintillating City performance. It's actually a bit of a Premier League statement being sent out to say, you know, this is what we can do. So there's a throw-in from Liverpool, just launched forward. Guehi gets a foot onto it. O'Reilly keeps it under control. My initial thoughts are Semenyo looks just onside. VAR is in operation, so they will have a look at this. So I'll just hold back, because you never know with camera angles and things. Lovely little dink there from Semenyo. Clinical finish into the back of the net. Checks the linesman, keeps his flag down. Decision on field is goal. So just waiting for official confirmation that the goal has been given. But a lovely assist there from Cherki. A lovely finish from Semenyo. And, you know, this is Manchester City at their very, very best. And plays got back underway. So no checks. All sorted. 3-0 Manchester City. Liverpool got it all to do now. All to do. Brilliant from Antoine Semenyo. A lovely assist from Cherki. Good stuff from Manchester City. And I'd probably give this another 10 minutes or so, and things are looking good in the next 10 minutes. If I'm Pep Linders, I'm making changes, keeping legs fresh and ready. Yeah, Liverpool just... Yeah, it's not like Liverpool have been bad. Here's a through ball. Salah, great save from Trafford, and City get it clear. Salah with the opportunity. Trafford gets down low. City don't find touch with getting their clearance, so Liverpool have got it back on the right. Gomez, another cross comes into the box. City can't get it clear. Got to, keep on it here. Job's not done here. We're 3-0 up. There's still 40 minutes or so left of this game. There's still work. Here's Gomez to Jones. Under pressure from Doku. Do well here, Liverpool. Gomez has a chance to put a ball into the box. Salah, heavy touch. Haaland turns, pass, in. What's City looking like in terms of numbers on the counter? Cherki drives. Lovely from Cherki past Kerkez. Here is Cherki. Lovely ball. Semenyo just couldn't get it under control. He's some player, isn't he, Rayan Cherki? Some player. Jessica, I reckon Slot will leave at the end of the season if he ends up not winning the Champions League. I don't think it's going to depend on Champions League qualification. I don't think he'll be given the grace of having one bad season after winning the Premier League last season. It's DSE Slot has been the manager that takes them to the next level. I think he's taken Liverpool as far as he can take them. Here's Cherki, lined up a shot, chips a ball looking for Haaland, and defended well. Defended well there by Liverpool, and they can get that one clear. Oh, James Trafford is fantastic. It could be quite a statement win. Oh, Pep on the phone again. Pep's on the phone again. Wonder if he's giving instructions about maybe some substitutions being made or something. Oh, there's a long-range effort coming in here. Oh, just over the top of the crossbar from Semenyo. Going for a halfway line effort there. Oh, that'd have been some effort. Semenyo, too much on it. Too much on it. Keeper were backpedaling. He does get back there, the keeper. So if it was on target, keeper would have had a thought be a straightforward catch. Long ball forward from Liverpool. Trafford gets his head onto it and just nods it out of play for a throw into Liverpool. Andy Man. You see, the thing is, I don't think he is going to be City's number one goalkeeper. And this is what I was saying at half time. Maybe he should. Sounds mental to suggest, but I'm just worried about long term. And we're looking at Donnarumma and Trafford, and you've got to appease one of the goalkeepers. And right now, I'd rather appease Trafford. I want Trafford to stay. I think I'd be more devastated in the summer losing Trafford than I would losing Donnarumma. And I don't just mean that from he's a homegrown, former academy lad. I want him to do well, and I really do want him to do well. As Salah just gets over the top there, and it's not been Salah's day so far. I don't just mean it from that point of view. I mean it from in terms of the long-term future for Manchester City. If I was to say to you, in the next 10 years, long-term goalkeeper, who's more likely to be at Man City as our number one goalkeeper in 10 years' time? It's far more likely to be James Trafford than it is to be Donnarumma. Far more likely. And I feel like we're just on the beginning steps of James Trafford, and what I think is going to be a really promising career. What is he, 23 years old? Quality goalkeeper. I back him. I really do. I back him. It is up to the board at the end of the day. My instinct of what I think the board are going to do is I think they'll go with Donnarumma over Trafford. I do. That's what I think. But I really like James Trafford. And for me, the whole point of this transition was looking towards the future. I know Donnarumma's 25, 26, and still got loads of years ahead. It's just, I'd struggle to picture him being here in 3 years' time. I really do. I struggle to see it. I might be wrong, but I struggle to see it. Yeah, thank you very much, Anthony. Much appreciated. And, thank you very much to you and your wife. Enjoying the channel. Much appreciated. Thank you for the kind comment. There are more goalkeepers, Jean. There are. City don't really have many options when it comes to homegrown goalkeepers, though. So, there's talk of Rico Lewis going, and obviously John Stones is going to leave. Here's O'Reilly. Oh, he squared across Haaland! It's 4. This could be a field day for Manchester City. It's not with his right foot, so it's not a perfect hat-trick. It's with his left foot. It's a hat-trick, though, nonetheless. And Erling Haaland, he makes it 4-0 Manchester City. Fantastic from Manchester City. Fantastic from Erling Haaland. And it's an assist for Nico O'Reilly. It's a long, long afternoon for Liverpool. This is a statement being sent by Manchester City, this. 2 weeks ago, we win the League Cup against Arsenal. We follow that up right after the international break. We're winning 4-0 after 57 minutes against Liverpool at home. And we're saying, we've got 8 days rest. We've got Chelsea away up next. And win that. Still a long way to go. Manchester City still alive here. You see, this performance and how we've played and how clinical we've been as a Poznan that's erupted at the Etihad now, how we've been here is exactly what we were looking to do against Real Madrid. The South Stand, they're enjoying that with a big Poznan going on. City giving the ball away here. Just keep the heads, keep the heads, keep the heads. Flick on and Trafford makes the save. The Liverpool fans are heading for the exit. The Liverpool fans are streaming for the exit. Is there a fire drill in that away end? The Manchester City fans, they're having fun. The players are having fun. The camera's shaking up and down. There must be a big Poznan going on in the Colin Bell stand that the camera's shaking. Top stuff this for Manchester City. Players are enjoying it. The fans are enjoying it. Boom. A chance here for Liverpool. Cross comes in. Headed clear by O'Reilly. Mopped up by Gomez. Here's Salah. Chance for Szoboszlai. Maybe to put his foot through it. Chooses not to. Jones. What's most impressive about this is, again, I said it before, and I'm going to say it again, I don't think Liverpool have played that bad. Here's Salah. Lovely work from Salah. Goes to try and square it across. City defend it and defend it well. Yeah, I don't think Liverpool have played that bad. They're just not, when the chances have come, they've not been clinical. Man City haven't had loads and loads of chances. It's just, when they have, the ball's gone into the net. Cherki, brilliant from Rayan Cherki. Even, back to goal. Right on his own touchline. Just helps Manchester City to spread the play and move defence into attack. Brilliant from Rayan Cherki. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, Cherki trying to show off. Nearly gave the ball away. Don't want to do that, Rayan. We don't want to do that. Right, we hit the hour mark then. Don't forget, guys, leave a thumbs up. We're aiming for 100 likes. We're now 23 likes to go. Also, don't forget to subscribe as well. That would be much appreciated. Right, City are going to be resting some legs. Rodri, I think, is going to be the first, because I can see Nico Gonzalez ready to come on. Liverpool are preparing a sub. I think it's Frimpong that's going to be coming on. I think, is that Ait-Nouri that's coming on as well for Manchester City? Dave says hoping that Warrington, who are nicknamed Wire, will play this well today as well. I hope for your sake that does happen. Tito, Cherki must be very infuriated. He's a showboater. And loads of people were criticising him. You know what he did to Ben White? And I don't agree. It's not Cherki. Apology. I thought it's a question about who the number was. Back to Specsavers. I thought it said 28. It's not. It's 26. It's Semenyo. So Doku's going to come off, and it's going to be Sav that comes on for Manchester City. Supporting a new haircut, a new style. And with the braids in his hair. And it is going to be protection of the legs for Rodri. And it's going to be Nico Gonzalez coming on for the final 30 minutes for Manchester City. I just realised Ait-Nouri is number 21, not 28. So I don't know why I thought, it was 28. I was like, who's number 28? Is that Ait-Nouri? Do we even have a number 28? Who knows? And a difference, it does make, you've got a major trophy in the locker. Your confidence is there. City, presented the League Cup trophy before the game, as you would. So, Cherki's a showboater. And I'm thinking to myself, when it comes to, personality on the pitch, I don't want players to be robotic and, not... I want players who are going to give you talking points. I want there to be a bit of personality, not just in the dressing room, but on the pitch as well. I remember Cristiano Ronaldo when he burst onto the scene in the Premier League with Manchester United. He was a huge showboater. But when you're as good as what these players can be, why would you not do that? Players see it as disrespectful. They don't like it. That's because they're losing. But I'd rather see, each team have players who do that. It looks like that's going to be a penalty for Liverpool, and it is. Nunes, it's because I gave him loads of praise at the start of the game about, these mistakes seem to have left Nunes. He's completely done for pace there by Ekiteke, and he steps forward, and I don't know why. There's a silly penalty for Manchester City to give away, and James Trafford may just be about to lose his clean sheet. I mean, that's a great shame for the young goalkeeper. Presented a massive opportunity and maybe a gateway back into the game for Liverpool. 27 minutes still to go. You're moving the deficit from 4 to 3. Obviously, Salah's got to score this one, but you'd fancy Salah probably here from the spot to make this one 4-1. Front of the South Stand. Remember, Liverpool fans, 7,000 fans in front of the South Stand over second and third tier. Can they have something to celebrate? For the ones that have stayed in the stadium. Salah up against Trafford. Trafford saves! Rebound. Squared across. And cleared! Trafford keeps his clean sheet intact. Wow! Wow! This is some afternoon for Manchester City. Are we seeing it? What we've been speaking about. Jean doesn't like when I say it, but I'm going to say it. Are you looking at City's new number 1? Are you looking at Manchester City's new number 1 goalkeeper? James Trafford helps us win the League Cup 2 weeks ago. He starts here. He's helping us to get to Wembley again. He saves a Salah penalty. Ball gets squared through. Trafford's off his line. He must be buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. He's still backing Donnarumma, but it's outstanding from the City goalkeeper. Outstanding. Pep's watching. Pep must be watching this in the box though. Must be watching this bot in the box going, what's going on? Is the scoreline right? It looks unbelievable, but the scoreline is very much correct. It's a poor penalty from Salah. Remember what I said before about Haaland doing the stutter, waiting for the keeper to commit? No stutter from Salah. Trafford does commit. And because Salah doesn't go low and hard, he puts height onto it. It's an easy save for the keeper. Easy save. Super stuff here from Manchester City. 3 kick. Could get better. Could be 5. Oh, wouldn't that be amazing? Here's Bernardo. Go on, Bernardo. Bernardo with a shot, and it's a good save from the keeper. Oh, we're having fun. We are having fun. Oh, nasty challenge there from Nico G. Referee's played the advantage, so clearly just sees it as a free kick, nothing more, no cards or anything. Liverpool preparing 3 more substitutions. Frimpong's come on, I don't know who he's come on for. Andy Man City are aiming to try and get it open for the end of the season. I wonder if they might try and get it open for the match against Villa, final game of the season. I bet it's their aim. They said they were going to do a test event, but I don't know what the test event's going to be to get it open. It just needs a safety certificate. I'd imagine they'd probably go for maybe a youth game being played at the Etihad or one of the women's game being played at the Etihad. Even a Legends game or something. Just to get the safety certificate. Right, Liverpool chucking on some substitutions. Tyler reckons, does it look like Liverpool can get a goal? Liverpool are pushing. They want a goal, so I'd probably let that one ride. Whether Trafford's going to concede is another matter. Liverpool will have shots and try and score. They're not, dead in the water. Stop this from getting embarrassing. They're going to keep going and keep trying, I think. So, some changes being made by Liverpool. So you've had Joe Gomez come off and Jeremy Frimpong come on. More offensive change. Just seen Mac Allister come on for Liverpool. I think it's Cody Gakpo's also come on. As that ball gets squared across and headed out for a corner. Good defending there from Matheus Nunes. Good defending. So it's Cody Gakpo and Nigomoha. That's Nagomaha. Gumoha. Hope I said his name correctly. I'll go with Ungomaha. We'll go with that. Liverpool youngster. He's on. Players that have come off, Ekiteke, Wirtz and Gomez. It will take him, what's it, 62,000? Fairly sure, is it 51? 61, 62,000? Might be 61. Fairly sure they said they're adding 7,000 new seats. At the minute, City's capacity is around, 54? 54 and a half? It's odd because they said the maximum capacity, but they always have closures of seats that they can't open up due to regulations or whatever reason. So it's never at a maximum capacity. I'm fairly sure they're taking it to 61 and a half. Yeah, so it's going to take it to over 60,000, going up to around 61,000 is what they're going to. I think they're probably going to aim towards... Is it going to be big enough to host a Champions League final one day? I'm not so sure. Normally Champions League finals are like 65,000 and above. But certainly it'd be nice to get Europa League and stuff back to being held at the Etihad. They had the UEFA Cup final back in 2008 and then nothing else. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, some substitutions again. 2, in fact. Cherki coming off, Reijnders coming on, and Foden coming on as well. He's going to come on for Antoine Semenyo. Been brilliant, Cherki and Semenyo. Both of them brilliant. Thank you very much, Tyler, for your kind comment. Says, proud of you and your growth for your channel. You're always fun to check in on. Help from Colorado, USA. Thank you very much for your kind comment there. Much appreciated. Denny, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. 3 games against Liverpool. 9-1 on aggregate. City doing the business. Fantastic to see. Absolutely fantastic to see. Morning to DNS. Much appreciated. And Jessica and Julia, thank you very much for your kind comment. A smaller group. Yeah, you can all interact with each other. Things don't get lost with each other. You can all... It's like a gathering, isn't it, of friends and stuff. You just talk about Manchester City and chat about things, which is... it makes things fun from my end. Because, I don't get things... lost as much in the chat and stuff, because if it actually genuinely does frustrate me that getting loads of stuff coming in through the chat that things get lost and I don't end up interacting with everybody, and the whole fun of it from my end is I get to express my passion for Manchester City with other people who also get to express their passion for Manchester City, and that's what I've always enjoyed about doing these watch-alongs. Been doing them now since COVID back in 2020, so we're 6 years deep. And that's always just something that I enjoy doing. So, DNS has a great start to your Saturday. Great start. Here's Liverpool then. They've got 19 minutes trying to spoil the James Trafford clean sheet. Already saved a penalty from Mohamed Salah. Liverpool pressing, trying to score a goal. Here's Mac Allister. Is he shaving his head, Mac Allister? Looks like he's buzz cut. Liverpool now just pressing forward, trying to grab the goal. Here's Salah then to take the corner for Liverpool. Some defending again for City to do. Sibuel, yes, that's my thoughts as well. My thoughts as well. I'd give James Trafford just to get the game against Chelsea. I'd give him the game against Chelsea. Ranger put on like a TK straight on the bed. He's been told to take it off. He's a wind-up merchant, isn't he? Oh man, it reminds me a lot of Bernardo Silva. He likes that as well. I can see Rayan Cherki being like exactly like that. It's a good through ball from Haaland, looking for Tijjani Reijnders. Too much on it in the end. Good recovery, defending there from Kanate, and Liverpool can get that one clear. Only up the other end though. Out for a throw in. Insult to injury. Assault in the wound. He was told off for that then, Rayan Cherki. He'll get told off from Pep Guardiola about it. Did anyone see what he did at the League Cup final? Full-time whistle. Goes and pushes him. Pep shaking his head on the touchline when he was doing them keepy-uppies. Good defending there from Manchester City. Really good defending. For all the fun and games that we're having, Pep Guardiola looks very unimpressed. Very unimpressed. He'll have seen them Cherki things, won't he? He'll go, I'm not impressed. He can't be. The thing is, Pep can't not start Cherki. He just creates and does so much for the team. So much. Absolutely scintillating. So, big 15 minutes then to go here for Man City. It's big because, we want to keep consecutive clean sheets. Beating Arsenal in our last game. Want to beat Liverpool here. We've got Chelsea away coming up. Arsenal at home our next 2 games. Big games. Shot comes in. Trafford. Wonderful save from Trafford. It swerves in the air. Adjusts his body well and makes the save. City get it clear. There's space left, right and centre. Haaland's making a run. He fancies a fourth. Is Tijjani Reijnders then. Works it to the left. Got Semenyo. One-on-one with Frimpong. Just takes the ball past him. There's Bernardo Silva. City just going here at a slower pace. Jessica, you see, Ake were unlucky. He were unlucky to miss out. Unlucky to miss out. He played really well against Arsenal a couple of weeks back. You see, it's all about, what is it, the level of professionalism. There's players out there, right? Erling Haaland's going to come off. Outstanding from Haaland, hat-trick. I reckon Ferguson's probably already out of the stadium, to be honest. But yeah, I reckon, there's a fine level between the professionalism. Ake's a very professional football player who sticks to the professional side of things. There's a lot of Man City players who are probably down that mentality of maintaining that level of professionalism. There's other players there who just, I try to think of it in like a PG terms, but there's other players who just really enjoy taking the biscuit. Is what I'm going to say. Taking the biscuit. I don't know if that's a saying in elsewhere in the world, but those from the UK will know what I'm on about. We say, taking the biscuit, just taking the mick out of people, having a bit of light-hearted, joking fun. Yeah. And that's pretty much what Rayan Cherki's doing there. Treading a fine line between what are you allowed to get away with and what's not. A cheeky chappy. I could see someone like Erling Haaland really enjoying something like that happening. I could see him having a big smile on his face with things like that happening. Even the likes of Phil Foden and that would understand, yeah. Liverpool are bad. Liverpool have been bad. I agree with Jessica on that about Josko Gvardiol. For this season, his aim's just got to be get back fit. He's not going to be back fit until probably mid-May. You're probably looking at last maybe 2-3 games of the season. Just see how he recovers. Give him some minutes here and there and work from that is what I'd do. Semenyo's pass, not the best, and Van Dijk will mop that one up. It's been a long afternoon for Van Dijk. He huffs his cheeks. 12 minutes to go here. 4-0 Manchester City. Lead as we're now 15 likes, guys, away from 100. Any help towards that would be great, and don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. I love that Pep's sat with his daughter. His daughter's got a big smile on her face, enjoying herself, and Pep Guardiola just seems to not be enjoying himself. Oh man, Dave, that's not what I wanted to hear. What are they now? 88 for 5. They are getting back into it. We need a wicket. We need a wicket. That's what we need. Still leading by 296 lengths though, so all good. Here's Frimpong up against O'Reilly. O'Reilly knows where he wants to go, so he has to pass it back to Alexis Mac Allister. Just 11 minutes to go here. I think Rayan Cherki is going to get a reputation for himself, and there's going to be players out there now that are going to be targeting him to deliberately try and injure him because they just don't like his antics. Oh, Liverpool end's dead. Call them empty seats. Here's the Etihad with all them empty seats. It's not the City end though. City fans are enjoying themselves. God, no City fans leaving early. They're enjoying themselves. They're having a great time. I'm hoping they're all going to stay and show their appreciation to the players because this has been an outstanding effort. Brilliant 80 minutes of football from Man City. Brilliant 80 minutes. As I said before, this is exactly the performance I was looking for against Real Madrid a few weeks back. Exactly the level we were looking for. So they do have it. They do have it. Sneaker, thank you for tuning in. There's a big smile, yeah. What's not to like about this? FSG, it's been careful. The thing is, it's down to being clinical. When the opportunities have come about, the good opportunities, City have tucked them away. You don't have to create 10, 15 great chances to score, 4 goals in a game. Sometimes it's just about having, 5, 6 shots on target and coming away with 4 goals as long as you're clinical. I'm going to keep saying it. Liverpool haven't played a bad game today. Possession-wise, knocking the ball around, pass completion rates, creating opportunities. It's all been good. The only thing Liverpool's lacked is being clinical. Not scoring the penalty when Man City did. A couple of good opportunities in the first half. Not scored. Forced a couple of good saves from Trafford. They've not been clinical. Man City have, and that's been the difference. That's the fine line difference here. It was a very careful first half of football. It was just Man City had a couple of opportunities. Scored the penalty. The header from Haaland. There's the difference. In the second half, it's the one opportunity. Bam, Semenyo scores. Second opportunity, Haaland's got, Man City haven't created that many opportunities in this second half. We've scored four goals, and it's just very good from Man City. Very, very good. DNS, our next game. Chelsea next Sunday is our next game. Can enjoy this win, enjoy getting to Wembley for the next 8 days or so, and we can sit back, relax, and have a watch of the other FA Cup games. See what happens between Port Vale and Chelsea and Port Vale next game taking place. I think it's 5:15, 5:30 or something UK time BST, and then you've got the Arsenal's game away against Southampton tonight. I think it's 8 o'clock kickoff, I think. BST. And then tomorrow you got West Ham against Leeds. And we'll get the FA Cup draw, I presume, tomorrow. And we'll find out who we've got at Wembley for the semi-final. And we'll see who we get for the final if we end up getting there as well. Could well be another Man City game against Arsenal in the final. It could well be. So, big games to come. But this is Man City following on with a brilliant performance. I mean, how brilliant were Man City in the last round of the FA Cup against Newcastle away? Absolutely brilliant. So, there is 3 contenders. Haaland's going to get it. He's got a hat-trick. Not the best of passes. I don't know who did that pass. It weren't the best of passes forward there from City, and Marmouchen, who came on for Haaland, and Reijnders looked a bit frustrated with that. A better pass and could easily been another opportunity. Into the final 6 minutes then. Tyler says that Liverpool are still trying to score. They've got everybody inside the Man City half, and Man City have got everyone behind the ball. The issue is Liverpool haven't really got any space to work with, and they're struggling to create something. I could see Liverpool still getting a consolation goal, so I'd let your bet ride. So, Tian, good question. It's called fine margins is why that happened against Real Madrid. Real Madrid have done to Man City what Man City have done to Liverpool here today. Man City didn't play a terrible game of football against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. It was Federico Valverde, the difference, that wrapped it all up for Real Madrid. He was the big difference and the big reason why Real Madrid have ended up going through. He was clinical, Man City were not. We didn't play a bad game. Same here, Man City against Liverpool. Liverpool haven't played a very bad game. They've created opportunities. They've not took their opportunities. They've knocked the ball round well. Got good possession rates. They've got a good pass completion rate. The only thing Liverpool haven't done is being clinical. Where Man City have decided to come forward, they've scored goals, and that was City being clinical. Erling Haaland was Federico Valverde, and that's the big difference. That's the fine margin that you're looking at. That's the fine margin. That's the difference between these big successful clubs. They can pound for pound match each other. Arsenal can pound for pound match Manchester City, but when you get your opportunities, you've got to put them away. And so what it comes down to is, and this is the big importance that you have with your goalkeepers, and then big moments, can you make them saves in them big moments? That's why we brought Donnarumma in, because there's no goalkeeper out there better than making them big saves in the big moments, but not really seen it with City, whereas the big moments, the game against Arsenal a couple of weeks back, cup final, that's a big moment. Game against Liverpool, against Newcastle away from home in the fifth round. They're the big moments, the big games. That everything's on the line. You've got to turn up, and James Trafford has, which is why I said I think he deserves a Premier League start to showcase. Can he replicate it in a Premier League match? The form's there, so I'd go with Trafford. For City won't do it. It will be Donnarumma that starts next Sunday. But I would start, if I was in charge, James Trafford would start. Just to see. Because that's another game that's going to come down to the finest of margins. Chelsea are a good team. You've got to, when your opportunities come about, you've got to put them away. Because if you don't, Chelsea will, and they'll win the game. And we can't afford to drop any more points in the Premier League. It's got to be perfect from here on out if we want to win it. So, yeah. It's great that. Who's that? Tijjani Reijnders. Brilliant from Tijjani Reijnders. And a good drive forward there from, was that Marmouche or Semenyo? I'm not sure. Kanate into the book for Liverpool. Stops the Man City counter-attack. Looks like Haaland's going to get the Emirates man of the match. No surprise. Has a hat-trick. The deciding factor here for Man City. Cherki, Semenyo. Guehi's had a great game. Trafford. It's been good for Man City. Real good. As Rayan Cherki sat on the bench now. Looks like he's sulking. He wants to wear his Hugo Ekiteke shirt on the City bench. That's a poor giveaway there from Khusanov, and Nico Gonzalez has got to commit the foul to stop the attack, and he's going to go in the book for it. He gives the thumbs up. He knows. Right, we're 9 likes, guys, away from 100. What's not to have enjoyed about this performance? If you're watching this, please do leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Don't forget as well, if you're new around here, to subscribe. Chance here for Liverpool. Cross comes in. Too deep. Headed clear by Matheus Nunes. Phil Foden can't get his foot onto it. Liverpool can get their foot onto it and they can come forward. I just realised Mo Salah's gone off, so he's played his final minutes for Liverpool at the Etihad Stadium. He's going to leave Liverpool in the summer. His last known action. He's been a bit of a pain for Man City over the years. His last moment is to have his penalty saved by James Trafford. Right, another chance here for Liverpool to put something into the City box. Not the best of clearances, and Trafford will get underneath it and will end up trying to get Man City forward, but they're not going to manage it. Liverpool still camped inside the Man City half. City have got themselves, I thought it was a Liverpool throw-in, but City have got a throw-in. Pep Guardiola, is he going to take his opportunity to go downstairs and speak with the players? I wonder if he's just going to wait for added time before he gets up and makes his way down. Here's Liverpool coming forward again into the penalty area. Good challenge that. Really good challenge from Semenyo. That's excellent from Semenyo. Absolutely brilliant. And he's enabled Man City to come forward here down the left. Not the best of passes from Omar Mamouche. And Nico Gonzalez not happy with the pass. And Man City have to get players back again. Bit more defending to do. Final 30 seconds plus whatever's to be added on. Seeing 2 goals, lots of substitutions made. Probably going to see... are they going to use common sense and say the game's over and done with? We're just going to add 3 or 4 minutes on, or are they going to go factual here and go maybe 6 or 7? Let's see. As we're in a race now to 100 likes. 9 to go, guys. Any help towards that would be great. So a chance here for a cross to go in. Does go in. And out of play for a goal kick to Manchester City. So the next question is, added time. What are we dealing with? Pep Guardiola's telling his daughter, let's go. Have they blown the full time? Oh, he's not even added anything on. They've used common sense. They've added nothing on. There you go. Full-time whistle. Even Pep Guardiola weren't expecting... expected something to be added on. It's done and dusted. 4-0 Manchester City. And City can go and showcase their appreciation then to the faithful, because that's been nothing short of simply outstanding performance from Manchester City. A 4-0 victory over Liverpool sees Man City progress to the FA Cup semi-final and another trip to the Etihad South, Wembley Stadium at the end of April. Ties for the semi-final to be played on April 25th and April 26th. Unknown as to whether Man City are going to be playing on the Saturday or the Sunday. We'll have to wait and see. It is very unusual, Andy Man, in the Premier League to see nothing added on. Seen it in the Champions League when you've got dead rubbers. I like that has happened, though, because it rules out the things of injury. And with a World Cup coming up, last thing anyone needs is injuries. If you don't need to add things on, the game's dead and done with. It's 4-0. Liverpool aren't going to Wembley. They're going out. It's done and dusted as Man City display a little banner of Wembley again. Ole, ole. Pep Linders getting a win over his former side, in charge in the dugout today with Pep Guardiola in his box. No problem for Manchester City. City win this game thanks to a hat-trick from Erling Haaland, 4-0, penalty save for James Trafford and a clean sheet for him. A headache ahead of our game in 8 days' time against Chelsea, which, Seamus, I will see you next Sunday for that one. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. It is much appreciated. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up on the stream. We're just 7 short of 100 likes. Hopefully we can hit that in the post-production of this video. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to get your thoughts in the comments below if you're watching this after the stream. If you're watching live right now, get your thoughts in the live chat whilst we're live for the next minute or so. Also, don't forget as well to go and subscribe. That would be much appreciated. It is free to subscribe. Going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest Manchester City content here on YouTube. Any help towards that would be fantastic. We're aiming for 50,000 subscribers now. So any help towards that would be brilliant. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Andy, man, it would be brilliant to see a Southampton win later on, but I reckon my predictions are, Chelsea go through against Port Vale, pretty comfortable. I reckon Arsenal will get the job done against Southampton. Again, probably pretty comfortable. Don't know why, but I've got a dark feeling Leeds are going to do a job on West Ham, and I think it's them that's going to go to Wembley. And I reckon Man City are probably going to play. My prediction, I reckon City play the winner of Chelsea against Port Vale. I reckon it'll be Chelsea that go through, and I reckon it'll be Man City against Chelsea at Wembley at the end of April. And I reckon Arsenal will end up playing the winner of Leeds or West Ham United, which you'd go, all right, Arsenal getting an easier game, but there's nothing straightforward or simple about playing West Ham or Leeds at Wembley when, I know it's a cup semi-final, but literally it's their cup final. A massive day out for West Ham or Leeds United, both massive clubs that were taking that very, very seriously. And that's a proper banana skin. It's not a game I'd fancy. It used to say to me, to be honest, it sounds mental. I'd probably rather play Chelsea or Arsenal in the semi-final and play West Ham or Leeds United, going off how much they're going to raise their game. I feel like Chelsea or Arsenal are going to treat it like any other game, and I feel like that would get the best out of Man City. Taking on West Ham or Leeds on their big day out, it's complicated. That's something I'd rather... we got stung by that with Crystal Palace, didn't we, in the FA Cup final. not easy. I'd rather just have a team that, you expect to do very well, and we could turn up our game and make the game about quality rather than making it about, a club raising their game because it's their big once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, which, again, just always possesses complications. 8 seasons in a row, it's mental, isn't it, Jean? As I said, City haven't exited out of the competition, home or away, in 8 seasons, which is crazy, which means Man City always, seemingly over nearly a decade, get to Wembley at least for a semi-final. And when we do end up exiting out the FA Cup, if we don't win it, it's always on neutral venue at Wembley Stadium. So that's been today's stream, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It is much appreciated. Thank you for the donations. Thank you to everybody that's left a thumbs up, and thank you to everybody that's interacted with me today. Big shout out to you guys. And as I said, back with the next one, next live stream on Sunday. That's next Sunday for Man City's away game in the Premier League. Return to Premier League action, as we'll be taking on Chelsea away from home at Stamford Bridge. So I will see you then. I'm going to have my match reaction out in the next hour for you guys to enjoy. So do stick around and do stay tuned for that. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Take it easy, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Peace. Ciao for now.